Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about an interesting project that in my opinion has a high chance of growing in the future, and this project is called Chromia or the CHR token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any other project we cover on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website Chromia.com in order to learn more about the project, right? So for the purpose of this information, I'm going to present the information presented on CoinMarketCap's page for this token, but this is only going to be a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? So what is Chromia? Chromia is an open source public blockchain conceived of by Swedish company Chromaway AB. The Chroma token or CHR token was launched in May of 2019. The technology behind the Chromia blockchain is adapted from an earlier technology called Postchain, a solution provided by Chromaway AB for enterprise clients. So again, when it comes to Chromia, the first thing that you need to note is it's a project that has been for quite some time right now, since May of 2019, and it's mainly an open source public blockchain that is a project that's created by a Swedish company called Chromaway AB. So that's the main parent company of kind of like Chromia blockchain, and it's a project or a blockchain that's basically been called as Postchain, which is a kind of like an earlier technology that's been used to create Chromia, and it's mainly acting as a blockchain for enterprise clients, which means it's a blockchain for bigger kind of like corporations and companies, and not for regular retail users like you and I, but more for enterprises as well as for corporations, right? So that's basically what Chromia is. So how does Chromia work? So Chromia is a standalone layer 1 blockchain and EVM compatible layer 2 enhancement for Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. It is designed to improve or enhance existing dApps and allow for the creation of next generation dApps by providing scalability, improved data handling, and customizable fee structures. So again, there's a lot of important information about Chromia that we need to understand here. So it's firstly a layer 1 blockchain, right? And it's EVM compatible. So it's definitely a blockchain that supports EVM compatibility, thereby bringing in dApps from the Ethereum network would be really easy on Chromia. And also it's a layer 2 enhancement for Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. So not only is it a layer 1 blockchain, but it also acts as a layer 2 enhancement layer for Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum, which means it can process transactions much faster and can allow for more scalability compared to Ethereum itself, right? And also it's mainly used to enhance dApps. So any dApps that are already on top of Ethereum can be performance enhanced by plugging them to Chromia blockchain, and also it provides a fully scalable, improved data handling solution as well as customizable fee structure, which is a very big need in the crypto space right now, right? The blockchain uses a unique architecture called relational blockchain, as well as custom programming language called RHEL. RHEL is designed to code and function very similarly to SQL, allowing developers to leverage the security and immutability of blockchain while storing and handling data with the efficiency of relational database. So again, when it comes to the architecture of the Chromia blockchain, it is using a unique architectural system called relational blockchain, right? So this is a very different structure compared to several other blockchains, and it uses a custom programming language called RHEL. So it uses its own unique programming language, just like how Solidity is for Ethereum and Substrate is for the Polkadot ecosystem. RHEL is basically the programming language for the Chromia blockchain, right? And it is designed to code and function in a similar way to SQL, which is another relatively more popular kind of like a programming language, which any developer or most of the developers would be recognizing SQL. And it uses security and immutability of blockchain technology while also storing and handling data with highly efficient rational relational database. So this is basically how the architecture of Chromia is. Each dApp running on Chromia operates on its own side chain, which is routed from the main blockchain. This allows each application to scale more efficiently and gives each application developer the freedom to choose from a variety of fee structures. For example, one application may require users to pay transaction fees in Chromia, similar to how Ethereum or Bitcoin works, while other applications could stake enough CHR to reserve computational power and allow their users to make unlimited transactions without paying any fees at all. So again, this is the most unique kind of like feature of Chromia blockchain, right? So each and every dApp that's running on the Chromia blockchain can actually use its own unique sidechain, just like how Polygon is a sidechain of Ethereum. Each and every dApp can technically use their own sidechains which link with the main Chromia blockchain, right? So why is this the case, and what benefits does this kind of system provide? So the reason why this system exists for Chromia is to enable Chromia to become a very scalable and much more flexible blockchain compared to other blockchains, right? And one main example is that if in case an application requires users to pay a particular transaction fees in Chromia or CHR tokens, they can basically use another application such as let's say Aave or Compound Finance on the Chromia blockchain and completely omit paying fees by just staking the CHR token. So let's say, for example, if you take, for example, SushiSwap and Uniswap, right? These two are kind of like Ethereum based dApps. They also kind of exist in several other blockchains, especially SushiSwap. So if you port these dApps to Chromia, first of all, since Chromia is EVM compatible, this is highly possible. And once these two dApps are on Chromia, they can technically create their own side chains and run be a part of the Chromia blockchain, but become a sidechain of Chromia blockchain. And they can either choose to have users pay their transaction fees in the CHR token, which is completely fine, or they can force the users, or can not force the users, they can kind of like enable the users to stake their CHR token, okay, provided that they stake the token, they can't really use the dApp. But if users stake their CHR tokens, they can use the dApp unlimited number of times with no transaction fees at all, right? So these kind of small flexibilities that Chromia blockchain offers allows for Chromia blockchain to be much more different and much more scalable and much more flexible compared to some other blockchains, right? So those are some of the main ways by which the Chromia blockchain works. So here they're talking about what applications have been built on Chromia. Chromia already has a wide variety of applications building upon their blockchain, using their chain as a decentralized storage layer and using their layer 2 enhancements. These applications range from DeFi option trading platforms such as Hedget to open world farming game called My Neighbor Alice, which is another project that we already covered on our channel, to government land registry initiative LAC property chain. So again, when it comes to dApps, there are already several dApps that are running on top of the Chromia blockchain, and some of the main popular dApps include Hedget, which is an DeFi options trading platform that originated from the Ethereum blockchain, and then a open world farming game, which is My Neighbor Alice, which is also a launchpad project on Binance, which we also covered a while back, which also did a multiple X's immediately after its launch. So that project is also available on Chromia, and also an actual government land registry initiative, which is you can register your land if you own a land or if you're an owner of a house that for which the land you own then you can basically register your land on top of the Chromia blockchain through the LAC property chain initiative, right? So these are all some of the main dApps that are already built on top of the Chromia blockchain. One of the latest features in development is a new NFT standard called Chromia Originals, which will operate both as a native standard on Chromia's chain as well as an enhanced layer for existing ERC-721 and BEP-721 tokens. Work on these layer 2 enhancements are being developed in cooperation with my neighbor Alice. So again, one other unique feature of Chromia blockchain is that you can also create NFTs in such a way that these NFTs are Chromia originals, which is basically they are a native part of the Chromia blockchain, while simultaneously being a layer 2 enhancement solution when it comes to NFTs as a ERC-721 and BEP-21 token. So again, if you own an NFT in the Chromia blockchain in the form of Chromia Originals, that NFT will by default not only have the Chromia blockchain as its native blockchain, but it can also simultaneously exist as a layer 2 ERC-721 or BEP-721 token on the Ethereum and the Binance Smart Chains respectively, right? So that's the coolest thing, because by default the token will belong to multiple blockchains without even having to use any bridge or anything like that. So that's how cool it is. And my neighbor Alice is basically trying to incorporate this one and initiate their first few Chromia original NFTs on their platform, right? So that's pretty cool. So here they're talking about the people who are behind Chromia, which I'm going to skip because again the background when it comes to the founders is not really relevant for our video, right? So basically that's pretty much all the information that's available on CoinMarketCap page. But overall it's a pretty cool project, and I would like to know more about their token and how what are the utilities for this token itself, right? So let's go to their website to find some information that we haven't really learned in CoinMarketCap's page. So going to the website, which is chromia.com, you can clearly see a very beautiful website with a very simple black background and a purplish vibe here and there with really good fonts that make it look much more like catchy. So here they say learn more about Chromia Originals, our NFT platform here. So you can basically learn more about their NFT platform by clicking on the top tab here. So if you close that one, you can clearly see that they call themselves the relational blockchain platform that makes sense. Again, that's pretty true. Chromia is a blockchain platform making it easy for people to build decentralized apps in the real world for a better world. So again, that's basically what they're mainly focusing on, trying to provide a very sensible blockchain that allows for interoperability, scalability, as well as provides cheap transaction fees as well, right? So join 28,000 others interested in our monthly updates. So if you want to learn more about the project and get to become a part of the Chromia community, you can sign up with your email here. So some of the main features include deliver fast, code 7 and 10 times faster. So if you are a developer, you can basically use their RHEL programming language, which is based on SQL, to kind of build dApps or port dApps at a much faster rate. And unique architecture, it uses a relational blockchain database, which is a very unique architecture, plays well with Ethereum. Chromia is an independent layer 1 or layer 2 to ship fast things faster. So again, it is a very powerful, flexible blockchain that acts as both layer 1 and layer 2 simultaneously, right? And Chromia for gamers, this is basically my neighbor Alice. If you guys want to watch the gameplay here, you can click on this video, but it's a pretty cool game. My neighbor Alice is, again, it was a part of the Binance launch pool, not launchpad, it's launch pool, but you also have other projects that are also coming into play, which are Mines of Dalarnia, which is also another project that we recently covered in our channel. That's also available on Chromia blockchain. Christopia, which is Nova's Journey, which is also another game that's available on top of the Chromia blockchain, and Chain of Alliance, which is a fourth game, which is a relatively less popular game, but it's still available on Chromia, right? Chromia for enterprise. So this is mainly a blockchain project that's built for enterprise usage. They have LSC property chain, which is a real estate registry, land registry like database built on top of the Chromia blockchain. Chromia for DeFi, so they have Hedget, which is one of the most popular projects on Ethereum, which is also available on Chromia right now, and Chromia for fair application. So they are trying to expand the use case of Chromia blockchain and also make it useful for green energy based dApps or apps to be built on top of the Chromia blockchain, right? So relational blockchain geared for the real world. So you can clearly see more information about this project as well as find additional documents as well to understand this project even better. So relational databases, here they talk about some of the benefits of relational databases and how relational database is actually much better and efficient compared to several other coding languages, including Python, Java, Shell, C#, PHP, and C++. And they also have blockchain, which is basically the layer 1 basics, but also acts as a layer 2 kind of like sidechain as well. So how to make a relational blockchain? So here they talk about how you can do that yourself. Combine together, you get relational blockchain. So again, if you are a developer who wants to learn more about the Chromia architecture, then you can click on the Go to Developer portal to understand more about this project, right? So since it is EVM compatible, it definitely plays very well with Ethereum, and therefore a lot of dApps can easily port to Chromia blockchain. Enterprise blockchain built on enterprise technology, right? So it's a very versatile blockchain that's built for several enterprises. Try our tools for building tomorrow's application. So you can pretty much use their tools which they provide, whose information they provide on their website, in order to understand their tools and use it to your advantage to build some of the best quality dApps on top of Chromia if you're a developer. So RHEL, a uniquely productive language, which is again based on SQL. And if you want to learn more about RHEL, you can go to the developer portal. Here they have some of the highlights. They also have a Chromia Vault, single sign-on, and so on and so forth features as well, right? So it's a pretty cool logo here about the CHR token, which is the native token. And now let's see some of the main purposes of the CHR token, right? So the main purposes of CHR token is to act as a platform currency. So you can basically use CHR to pay fees on top of the Chromia blockchain. You can use it for payment of hosting fees. So you can pay fees for hosting, and you can also use it for ecosystem staking and system-wide purposes as well. So these are some of the main use cases of the CHR token. Power to the public. So here they're talking about some of the historical background of kind of like Chromia blockchain, along with the team members and founders whom you can also search in order to learn more about their project, as well as what other other projects they're involved in. So some of the backers for Chromia include 21M Capital, Arrington XRP Capital, which is a big name, Bitscale Capital, Bite Size Capital, Fact Block, Gem Capital, JRR Crypto, NGC Global Ventures, which is also a relatively well-known venture capitalist in the crypto space, right? So there are some well-known and less well-known venture capitalists, but it's good to see a lot of companies investing in this project. Voices from the community, you can understand what people are thinking about this project by reading through this section here. And if you want to join the Chromia community, you can follow them on Twitter or join them on Telegram as well, right? So you also have some blogs and newsletters and other social media information as well, right? So it's a pretty cool website with a lot of information presented in a very relatively understandable manner. So a lot of people will definitely find this to be educational, right? So going back to the coin market cap page for Chromia, this token is currently ranked 143rd by market cap on coin market cap, and is currently trading at $1.20 at the time I'm making this video, with a 1.55% increase the past 24 hours. With the past 24 hours. So it's obviously not a big rise in kind of like price, but it's still kind of like a decent, very small kind of like a peak
for this token, and the market cap is about $678 million in market cap. So again, close to $679 million, which is still less than $1 billion in market cap, and therefore this project being a blockchain project with layer 1 and layer 2 kind of like features, EVM compatible. You can do a lot of things on this blockchain, and it's still less than $1 billion in market cap. So I think this project has a very high potential to grow in the future. It's definitely going to hit the $1 billion market cap by the end of this bull run, but I believe that the long-term potential is going to be extremely wonderful for this project, right? So I think the market cap is still relatively undervalued in my personal opinion. But when it comes to the max supply, again, since it's a blockchain project, the project has a max supply of 1 billion tokens, which is quite a lot. But at the same time, they are trying to incentivize people to build on top of their blockchain, so thereby rewarding them with CHR tokens and motivating people to stake or even kind of like use a token on their platform more often to give more utility and thereby increasing the demand, right? So overall, this token does have a lot of use cases within the ecosystem itself, and about 57% of the total token supply is already in circulation, which means this token only has another slightly less than half of its max supply that will be dumped into the market. Even though for the short term the price could slump, in the long run I can see a lot of good things happening for this project, right? So again, that's just my opinion, guys, not financial advice. When it comes to the charts itself, you can clearly see that this token is pretty much at its all-time highs right now. So this is obviously not a good time to buy, but the best time to buy was basically when the token was worth 7 cents. This was during 2019, like mid 2019. It was pretty much flat when it comes to its price point, reaching price points of as low as 1.3 cents, which was last year during 2020, or sometimes as high as 7 cents per token, but pretty much been somewhere between 1 cent to 7 cents per range on average throughout 2019 and 2020. But it was only during February of 2021 when the token started pumping like crazy. It went from 5 cents to a new all-time highs of about 56 cents, but then it immediately crashed after that, reaching a lower point of 14 cents or 13 cents as its floor price, and then proceeded to make a behemoth climb of up to $1.40, and now it's still hovering close to its all-time highs, right? So for people who held this token for a very long time and who believed in this project for a very long time, they are reaping the rewards right now. So the project is also getting more and more popular on a regular basis these days because of its blockchain being a very good scalable and alternate solution to Ethereum's extremely high gas fees and slow transaction fees, right? So with the light of that, I think Chromia is definitely shining right now. So if you're planning to buy this project token right now, I would suggest you to hold off, because this token is really close to its previous all-time highs, and therefore it can crash anytime, right? I think this token will probably crash below the 80 to 60 cents mark, which will probably be the range that this token will kind of have its new floor price, but then it will start pumping after that, right? So I think for now it's better to do your own research but not put any money on this token at this price point. Once the token price starts going lower and lower, I think there's a huge opportunity to buy this token for a very good discount, right? Again, that's just my opinion, guys, not financial advice. When it comes to the Bitcoin comparative, obviously Bitcoin comparative, even the recent times it's pretty much similar to the dollar comparative, but previously Bitcoin comparative was much more volatile. In fact, initially its price was worth 9,194 satoshis per token, but then it reached a new all-time high immediately in 2019 at 12,054 satoshis before crashing down to about 1,513 satoshis, and then it moved sideways, made some volatile peaks and dumps, but reached a relative all-time lows of about 708 satoshis per token before rallying to a new all-time highs of about close to 1,000 satoshis. Again, this is not a new all-time high, but kind of like a huge pump from anywhere between 111 satoshis to like 1,000 satoshis, and then it dumped a little bit, reaching 406 satoshis per token, but then it made its new all-time highs of about 2500 satoshis per token. Before now it's kind of like starting to cool down a bit, so it's still extremely close to its previous all-time highs, which means you need to be extremely careful both in the Bitcoin comparative as well as in the dollar comparative, right? But when you're trying to buy this token, I think for dollar price it will be a good time to buy this token the moment it goes below the 80 cents mark, which will be a good dollar cost averaging opportunity. When it comes to the Bitcoin comparative, I think any price below the 1000 satoshi mark would be a good floor price to buy this token on, right? Again, this is just my opinion, guys, not financial advice. When it comes to the markets itself, it seems like this token has ample of liquidity in several major exchanges such as Binance, Huobi Global, KuCoin, Bithumb, etc., and even FTX as well. So I think this token is definitely spread out when it comes to liquidity wise to several centralized exchanges. Therefore, this token is definitely not going to tank anytime soon. But it seems like Binance is obviously the best opportunity to buy this token, because you can buy this token with USDT or Bitcoin itself, right? So that's one of the reasons why I think Binance is a really good opportunity to buy this token from. So what's my final verdict on this token, guys? I think this token is a pretty cool token. When I read through it a couple of months back, I wasn't that impressed, but I think with this token pumping extremely hard, it seems like there's a lot of demand for multi-purpose blockchains such as Chromia, where you can use it for a layer 1 transaction as well as a layer 2 transaction as well. I think the opportunity is literally open up for every dApp developer to create new innovative dApps with extremely low fees and extremely low fees and low transaction costs as well, right? So overall, it's a pretty cool blockchain, and therefore I believe that this project can definitely reach new all-time highs of more than $2.50 or even $3 per token by the end of this bull run. But after that, in the mid to long-term potential, depending on the traction and the partnership this project has, I think this token can reach as high as $5 per token in the next 3 to 5 years point, right? Again, this is just pure speculation, but I think it's definitely plausible, because it's anything is possible in crypto, right? Again, this is just my opinion, guys. So remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.